Yeah. Did you plunder a lot of gold yesterday? I got to watch for a little bit, but then I had to lurk because I had to get some stuff done. But it looked like you got into like a treasure chamber. There were several chests and like piles of gold. That was pretty cool. But how'd the rest of Sea of Thieves go? Getting back to the game is hard. Playing it now, nice, nice. Yeah, it seems like since the last time I've played it, they've added a lot of stuff, because when I was watching you guys play yesterday, I was like, I don't remember there being an enormous an enormous shark with extra fins that could take out your whole ship. I remember there being like a kraken type squid thing that you could fight, but I did not know about the megalodon shark. That was kind of cool. Make sure I have a lure active too. I didn't check that before I started. Aha, there we go. That'll help. Definitely added so much. Yeah, it definitely looked like it from what I saw. Big release at E3 too. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't been... Unfortunately, I haven't been watching like any of the E3 stuff. I just read articles after the day's presentations are over. They're adding Jack Sparrow? What? I guess I can see Disney and Rare working together. Oh, come on, game. You're not gonna throw on the straight line? What is happening? Okay. It's a good thing I bought hundreds of these, because I'm just gonna be wasting 1,000,000 Pokeballs per catch, apparently. But how are they... Okay, so they're adding him as like an NPC? Are you going to be able to pick that like skin for your character? That is interesting, though. He's an NPC, but they're adding story alongside. Huh, okay. So maybe he'll be like one of the factions will be his faction or something, and they'll have missions associated with it or something like that. You'll have to get the, what are they called? Like the cursed doubloons or whatever they were that turn him back and forth from the zombie form or something. Yeah, it's surprising that Disney would be mixing their stuff in, but I mean, it's not like Disney hasn't worked with other companies like that before. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is a great example. And Rare generally, with most of their games, fits Disney's model. I mean, some of them definitely not. Like, Conker's Bad Fur Day is not Disney material in my mind, but... And even some of the other jokes that they lay into their stories. But... But Sea of Thieves very much does fit the Pirates of the Caribbean model. Curious to see what random shinies we'll get today if we find any. Because yesterday I was chanting Magikarp and looking for it for, I don't know, 2 hours or so. And we got a shiny Staryu and a shiny Tentacool show up. Was it a Tentacool? Maybe it was something else. The last couple hunts have been crazy. Yeah, I think it was a shiny Tentacool and a shiny Staryu instead. Come on, game. Okay, at least Magikarp moved to where I was throwing the ball, even though that's not exactly where I wanted. Oh, don't be this way. These Tentacool just want to be in my way constantly. I have 3 shiny Tentacool now. There's no need to ever encounter another one again. I'm good. Oops. Okay, let's not do that. I don't know what I just did. That was weird. Hang on. Anybody lurking out there, be sure to check out Poke Stewie's channel. Had some fun watching him play Sea of Thieves yesterday. It's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, of course, I'm not sure if anybody's lurking right now at the moment, but I'm always happy to, Oops. What game? Why? There we go. Yeah, always happy to shout you out, man. You've got some cool content going on over there, and it should be shared. Okay, we got more candy. What am I hunting today? Oh, shiny Magikarp. We went for it yesterday, but other shinies decided to show up instead, which was fine. Game. Come... I don't understand. How was that any different than the last throw that I did? But yeah, so we're chaining them to get up to the to get the chain up to 40, and then once the chain's at 40, we'll have max odds for them to show up. But what the hell, game? No, I'm not getting my chain lost by this Magikarp. It's just gonna keep hopping around. Forget that. Not a chance. There we go. And I'm hoping my stream stays steady because it keeps... I keep hemorrhaging frames randomly. It's doing it now. I don't understand why this happens this way. Literally doing nothing different than the last stream. Literally everything is the same, but I'm still losing frames. Still looks good over there? Okay, good. That's good to hear. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit one of the hotkeys I have for music. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to check. Yeah, that's so strange. Alright, well, as long as things look good on your side, that's fine by me. But why I've dropped so many frames in the last 4 minutes or so, Thanks. Yeah, I have a couple of random music things tied to my my keyboard just to use for background purposes, transition purposes, intro and outro stuff. It actually came with my software that I use as a virtual microphone or whatever. Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand is I've been doing fine. I would say 2/3 of my streams have had absolutely no problem running at the ideal settings that I want them to be at. But then like today, the beginning of this stream, I'm dropping frames randomly all over the place, and the settings are exactly the same. Nothing's changed on my end other than the time of day that I'm streaming. I don't know if that should have any influence on it, but I look at my, like I pull up Task Manager to look at my CPU and GPU, and I do the download and upload speed test on my web browser, and everything there looks good. So I don't know where the problem is coming from. It's more frustrating to me not being able to figure out why something is happening than the fact that it's happening. Like, even if it's something I found out that I couldn't fix, like it's impossible to fix, you just have to deal with it, I'd be okay with that if I just knew what the problem was. Game, for real? This is ridiculous. And then Lapras, get out of here. And throwing the Pokeball is more inconsistent than it should ever be. Had you drop your settings from 1080 to 720? I've tried doing that in the past during one of my streams on, I think it was on Friday. I did a Mario Party stream. Everything was fine at the normal settings that I have for the best quality that I can output. And then I had to stop the stream to switch it back from 30 FPS to 60 FPS because I was going to stream Pokemon on my Switch. And then when I stopped the stream, I did that. I put it up to 60 FPS, turned it back on, everything was fine, Like 20 minutes later, all of a sudden, boom, I was bleeding frames. And I'm not talking like, 5% or 7% of my frames got dropped. I'm talking like 50 to 70% were dropping, and it had to, the stream would have to stop and buffer like every second, or for about 3 seconds to load just 1 second of stream. It was terrible, and I was like, alright, well, I guess I'm done for the night, because it's impossible to continue this way. And even when I went down and I dropped my visual output settings and my bit rate and everything, it's just hemorrhaging. I think it's an internet issue, honestly, but even when I did the download and upload speed test, everything looked fine. Everything looked completely normal. I actually get pretty decent upload here normally, supposedly, according to the speed test, but sometimes I wonder too if because I started streaming, if, you know, service provider is potentially throttling the connection because I'm using upload more heavily now. I don't know. I know that's something that an ISP can do if they're if you're using a lot of heavy live streaming and download constantly, but I don't know if they're as concerned about the upload side of things. No, you're hopping around. I'm not gonna deal with that. Not gonna deal with that. Magikarp, please. There we go. Use a lot of lures hunting in this area. How much back and forth I have to swim, but it's worth it as long as I can keep chaining the Magikarp. And I did find a shiny Lapras out here, so Hey there, Ripped Dub. How you doing today? Thank you for dropping by the stream. Looks like my frame drop is getting a little bit more aggressive. I might have to, if it keeps climbing up this hill, I might have to reset the stream real quick. I've had that work before, but hopefully it'll just level out and stop doing what it's doing for whatever reason. You a shiny hunter, Rip Dub? That's a Dragonite? Yeah, they'll fly around above the route. Let me, give me 1 second, let me go back. Try to get this Magikarp chain. Yeah, Charizard and Dragonite hanging out. But you only found one, okay, what'd you run into? Game, please. This game. Okay, well now I'm running away from the encounter, Magikarp. Thanks for being a jerk, Magikarp. Excuse me. Shiny Pidgey, that's actually the first shiny I ever found in this game. I was trying to get a... I forget if I was hunting for shiny Venonat or shiny Bulbasaur. But shiny Pidgey was the very first one I encountered and I caught. I actually still have him here. He's actually in the party currently. And I named him Ho-Oh because... when you Mega Evolve in the shiny form, it's got the whole like rainbow of colors. Although it does look more like a Braviary than a Ho-Oh when it's Mega Evolved. And then I have this Victory Bell that I caught as a Bellsprout in a different file. And then as far as shinies go, we've had quite a good bit of luck with hunting lately. So we've got more Caterpie than we ever know what to do with. Another shiny Pidgey. My Tentacool that I caught on a hunt. Rattata, Doduo, Ponyta, which is one of my favorite shinies. Love it. Another Rattata, another Bellsprout. My Venonat that I finally caught that I hunted for forever. I used a Master Ball on it because that's how much I love shiny Venonat. The Zubat. It's cool looking lime green. Another Pidgeotto, another Pidgey, shiny Weedle, shiny Butterfree, Fearow, Graveler, some Beedrill. That's the same Pidgeot that I showed you. Golem, Raticate, Arbok, the Victory Bell I showed you, another Pidgey, our shiny Vulpix, shiny Lapras. So this Pidgey, Vulpix, and Lapras we caught Saturday, and then yesterday's stream we caught another shiny Tentacool and the shiny Staryu during our previous Magikarp hunt. So, well, that's just a random Kabuto that I got. So, we're still trying to get Magikarp, a golden one, before we move on to our next Pokemon. And our next Pokemon's either going to be shiny Shelder or shiny, I had like a list of them yesterday that I wrote down. I have to find the list, but I got a short list of ones that I'm coming up on. It must have taken a long time to get them. Yeah, see, the thing about shiny hunting is it's patience and luck, and sometimes you sit there and you hunt for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and not a single shiny shows up, or you have a stream like when I hunted the last 2 days, I averaged 1 shiny per hour, which was nuts. It's crazy good luck. So some days you get really lucky, and other days it's just, you know, long hours of sitting there looking at the same Pokemon pop out of the grass over and over again, or the water or the sky or whatnot. I got trade a shiny Magikarp I can trade to you. I'm fine with trading for shinies. I'll probably still continue to hunt to catch one myself, just because, well, A, it would be nice to have both a Magikarp and a Gyarados, but B, I've also caught hundreds of these Magikarp at this point, probably about 150 total, 141, so close. So I'm definitely going to continue to hunt for one way or the other, but if you're willing to trade shiny for shiny, I'll do that. Only thing is, I'm only willing to trade shinies that I have, you know, a ton of. Like, if you wanted to trade shiny Magikarp for shiny Caterpie, or a Pidgey, or a Rattata, or I have 3 shiny Tentacool. I'd even do a shiny Tentacool if you wanted. But the rest of them I'm trying to hang on to do to have them for not only for the Pokedex, but for potentially moving them into other games when that happens. So alright, I'm going to catch 9 more as per tradition. And then you said you got traded a shiny Magikarp? That's interesting. Did you trade a shiny for it? Or was it just like a... I've gotten 1 or 2 shinies randomly through the surprise trade thing in Sword and Shield, so... Now it wants to go in a straight line. Unbelievable. Oh, Ripdub, what would you say, and Stewie as well, I typically ask this when people come in when I'm shiny hunting, is what's your favorite Pokemon type? My favorite is Poison. I'd probably say top 3 are Poison, Steel, and Flying for me. It was free. Oh, was it like one of those events? Oh, okay. He had somebody had a stream and he was giving them away. Okay, well that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's something I was considering doing with my, for example, my Caterpie. As you saw, I have, like... Oh, that's right, Stewie. We did talk about that. Yeah, you love fighting types the most. Hey! Child of Ragnarok, good to see you, buddy. Your favorite's normal type. Okay, okay. Hey, thanks for the raid, Child of Ragnarok. I really appreciate it, my friend. How did the rest of your stream go? I loved getting to listen to some of the music though you were playing. I hadn't heard that. Well, I've heard that Final Fantasy piece that you played a little bit recently, but typically you only hear like the first couple measures of it because it's like it's been memed pretty hard. But let me shout you out, my friend. Thank you very much again for the raid. Child of Ragnarok was just recently, he's a great musician, so he was there playing the piano for viewers on his channel, but he's also a really awesome Banjo-Kazooie speedrunner, and he's also been recently playing Twilight Princess, so be sure to check him out. And welcome to any raiders that found their way in. We're currently on the hunt for shiny Magikarp, so we'll see how that goes. The last 2 hunts have been unsuccessful as far as finding the shiny Magikarp, but has been super lucky as far as finding shinies. And I'm hoping today continues that trend. Went decently. Try to rehash the format for next week. Okay. Well, sounds good. I mean, as far as sound quality and the music that I heard, it was good. I'm excited for the next one. Do you have a Kadabra? I want to complete the Pokedex. Anyway, good luck on the shiny hunting. Yeah, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. I hope the luck stays strong. And Rip Dub, I have to check if I have a Kadabra. I don't know that I do, but I'm willing. If I have one, I'm willing to trade it over to you. No problem, to help you with your decks. It would just have to wait till the end of the stream. If you can wait till then, and I have one, you're welcome to it. I don't want to catch Gyarados. I don't want to ruin my chain. Where? Actually, let me check right now to see if I have one. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. Kangaskhan, Kabuto, no. Yeah, no, sorry, I don't have one. If you need a Machoke, I got you, but no Kadabra, unfortunately. Dang, and I really wish that I hadn't sorted now, because... Oh, I can do favorites on top, though. That's acceptable. Good. I'll put all my shinies and important Pokemon up there. That's good, actually. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I mean, I guess if our chain gets broken by the end of us catching a different shiny or whatever, I guess I could always go find one to trade to you, because there's plenty of them that spawn in the grass outside of Celadon City. I don't want to catch Lapras. Come on, Magikarp, why are you being so stingy? Well, let me catch this one first. Yeah, it's funny too, because I'm sure I had... shortly before I started shiny hunting on stream, I went ahead and purged a lot of the Pokemon that I had and just sent them to Professor Oak, just to make the box a little bit easier to go through. I had just about one of every Pokemon in there, but I made room for all of the chaining that I'd have to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw you said normal type, but it's normal type because you love Eevee. Okay. I mean, normal types can be very, very useful. I mean, being immune to Ghost is good. And only having the weakness to fighting is also good, so... It's pretty solid, and normal types also get access to the most wide move pools through TMs, so... Pretty versatile bunch. I forget if it was Gen 1 or Gen 2, but I had a Snorlax that had Shadow Ball and its moveset, and I was like, I never would have expected it to be able to learn that. But normal types are surprising. I'm hoping someday in the game they put a normal ghost type. Because, I mean, especially they did something crazy, like they did normal ghost type and gave it levitate. So it would be immune... It'd be immune to normal type moves, fighting type moves, ghost type moves, and with levitate it'd be immune to ground. So it'd have 4 flat-out immunities. Or instead of levitate, they could give it, you know, some other ability where it's like Sap Sipper or Volt Absorb or Water Absorb or any of those type of moves. I'm not breaking my chain off this Magikarp. He can go hop somewhere else. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I have a combo of 44, so I do not need to be catching anymore. So let's take to the sky, now that I don't need the chain. And we'll wait for our snack that smiles back to spawn in. And I've been using this spot for the chaining, mostly to get the Magikarp to show up, and then if a bunch of spawns come in another Magikarp, I can just go to that loading zone over there and reload without having to wait for them to all to spawn again. But the place where I had all the shinies spawn, other than the one Lapras that spawned here that we caught, was over in that other stretch of water where Magikarp can spawn in, so I'm considering moving over there since we had such a favorable experience with it yesterday. So funny. What, the our snack that smiles back? Because he'll be a goldfish. Alright, this is the, after we got our chain in that spot we were just in yesterday, this is where we went to actually hunt. So, we will see if anybody sparkles for us. trying to stay far enough back that not a lot of the spawns from the grass will show up, because I don't think it's not going to detract from the water spawns, but pretty much everything that spawns in that grass I've already have a shiny version of, minus Chansey. And I don't currently have a Tangela. The Tangela that I caught in the shiny Tangela I caught in this game, I transferred to Sword and Shield to evolve it to Tangrowth. So technically I could get a Tangle out of there as well, but I don't need another Rattata or Pidgey or anything from the Pidgey line. I have too many. Far too many. So hopefully it will just be mostly water spawns and some air ones that I can't do anything about. Sadly now it's really just the waiting game. Did I spawn stuff down here? I guess I did. For shame. Okay, I'd like stuff to stop spawning down here now. Can go back up here. Do want to check the stuff that spawned down here though, just in case. I guess let me just get down in the water. For a second I thought I had something covering my green screen, but it was the fisherman's pole in the game. It's a regular Charizard. Bunch of normal fish. Well, Magikarp, if you could find it in you to display a little bit of genetic diversity, that would be very inspiring. But so far you just want to be orange. Yeah, I got too close to the grass and now random junk is spawning in there. See, there are even carp spawning all the way over here. Which really isn't ideal. Can't keep track of them as easily. Should be able to make a whirlpool doing that. I forget, do I have... I think I have a fish one. Maybe I don't have a fish one. I could have sworn... Oh, it was one of the basic ones. That's why. Fish. Come to me, fish. No lovely shiny Magikarp and just a whole flopping pile of Tragikarp. Come on, game. I know you can do better than this. Oh, we got a Starmie to spawn in. That's kind of cool. But not what we're looking for. Back to the water we go. We did it, lads. Now we're talking. Come on, game. Let's go. Let's go. Gotta get that Tragikarp hype. Okay. Beautiful. Look at him flop. So, I mean, today, just searching today, it's been 45 minutes. But we've been hunting for Magikarp since last stream. So last stream was like 2 hours and 15 minutes that we spent on searching for Magikarp, and we got the shiny Staryu and the shiny Tentacool. So total we hunted for this Magikarp for 3 hours, I guess. So pretty good luck there. Let's go ahead and favorite this bad boy. And since we got a shiny Magikarp, our chain wasn't broken, so we can continue riding that out for a little bit, which is cool. Let's see. Beautiful. We can favorite you. Sweet. Okay, well. Back to the waiting game. Hell, if I can end up with 2 of these, that would be amazing. Oh, no Pidgey, please. Or Charizard, please. Okay, I really thought I hit the Pidgey. There it is. There it is. Okay, the last one's still in effect. That's good. And this particular route seems to be a hotbed for finding shiny Pokemon, because I found 6 total shinies in this area. Or maybe 7. 2 up in that grass patch, 5 in this waterway here. Just seems to be a good area for spawns in general. Yeah, you can totally have a Machoke. That's fine. None of the ones I have are shiny, but you're welcome to have one of the Machoke I have in my box to get that page. That's no problem. Like I said, once our chain gets broken, I'll definitely help you out. And I should be able to go and snag a Kadabra as well. Hey there, Vnom Nom. Yeah, no posting links, please. Normally I wouldn't even be looking over here, but this route just seems so fortunate. Tentacruel, come on, man. What? Why? Stop. Gonna burn through a lot of lures this way, but shiny things keep showing up. I really can't complain, can I? Hey Jazz, how's it going, buddy? Good to see ya. If you guys aren't familiar with Jazz, he is a fellow streamer. Does a lot of shiny hunting himself. He's currently working on his Squirtle shiny hunt, but plays all kinds of Nintendo games, and it's always a fun time hanging out on his stream, so be sure to check him out. Oh, and by the way, Jazz, I'm wearing a shirt today that actually has something Gator related on it. I think it's the only shirt I have, but I don't know, when I put it on, I thought of you because it says underneath, it says keep calm and swim fast, and I was like, it's a perfect fusion between the Gator and the Jazz channel, because you were a competitive swimmer, correct? Oh, and of course, yeah, you're welcome, man. You've got great content, and happy to always happy to send people over your way so that they can see what they're missing out on. Gotta swim fast always. We got our shiny Magikarp today, by the way. He showed up after about 40 minutes or so of searching for him, and we still have our chain active, so we're going to see if we can't find perhaps another one or somebody else randomly shiny dropping in. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's a nice looking goldfish. Let's see if I can... Oh yeah, I forgot I can't check. Hold on. Forgot I can't check while I'm on Dragonite for some reason. I guess because they won't let you move Pokemon that are from your party out of your party if you're flying on one. Yeah, I always try to ride the chain out if I get the one that I'm chaining for. It never hurts to have, at very least, the increased spawns, if not the increased odds for that same one, but there she is. The snack that smiles back. I think that's going to be too long to be able to nickname them that, but... But yeah, maybe we'll find another fancy pants Magikarp hiding out here instead of all these orange Tragikarps. I keep getting way too close to the grass and having those guys spawn in. It's not that I wouldn't take a shiny Chansey or a shiny Tangela, but Magikarp's where it's at. Got all these guys flopping around. Normal Charizard. I always have to feel so conscious about those ones that spawn in the sky. I'm pretty sure 2 of the shiny Pidgey, maybe even 3 of the shiny Pidgey that I've caught have all been hanging out in the sky, and I either happened to notice sparkles from the ground or was monitoring the sky anyway by flying around when they spawned in, so... At least with Charizard and Dragonite, you can usually still check if they're shiny from the ground by looking at their feet or the tail or whatnot. You know, if you always know if you ever see anything dark, like dark green or black color in the sky, always fly up there, because that's pretty much... That's the only thing I can think of that would be flying through the sky that would be those colors, would be shiny Dragonite and shiny Charizard. And I was thinking about it yesterday, actually, Jazz, since you do a lot of shiny hunting too. And the question I'd have for you would be, because I just thought about yesterday, would you ever try to shiny hunt for the fossils in this game? Because I considered it yesterday when I found another fossil, and I was like, oh man, that must be the most difficult grind in this game. Even more difficult than trying to grind for the wild legendary bird spawns that come in. Because at least you can find them in the wild, but the fossils, you have a small chance of finding a fossil every day. You have to take it over and have them turn it into a Pokemon. And I don't think it actually counts as catching it. I think it counts as you getting it as a gift or a trade. So you can't even, like, technically chain them one per day. Yeah, legendary birds must be hard, and especially if you try to do a catch combo on them, they'd be so easy to break out. See, I like... there aren't any legendary Pokemon in this game other than Mewtwo and Mew that I'm like, wow, you know, their shiny forms are particularly interesting to me. But they're really only a handful of shiny legendaries where I'm like, yeah, that's worth it to me. Like... The only one that I specifically hunted for was the Rayquaza in Emerald, and I just kept soft resetting for it to get the black and yellow Rayquaza. And the only other ones I've gotten have been completely random, and mostly from Sword and Shield, because the chances of finding them in the Dynamax Dungeon Adventures are so high. Like, I got a random shiny Cantonian Moltres from that. And it's kind of cool looking, but like when I think about it, shiny Cantonian Articuno is kind of plain looking, and shiny Zapdos, it's like you can even barely tell that it's shiny as opposed to the regular form, so... I don't think I'd go for the legendary birds in this game. It would just be too much effort for so much heartbreak. But the fossils, man, even if they counted as a catch combo, every day you manage to find a fossil and turn it in, there's no guarantee you'd get the same fossil. So you could get a Dome one day and a Helix the next. I don't even know if you can get another piece of Old Amber. You might only be able to get one Aerodactyl per file, I'm not sure. But I've been able to find the Helix and the Dome fossil in Mount Moon, one or the other every day. Or I'm sorry, not in Mount Moon, in Cerulean Cave. That's what I meant. You were confused with Mewtwo, by the way. I know if he runs away from you, you can beat the Elite Four and have it respawn. Oh, I did not know that. I guess both in this file and my Let's Go Pikachu file, I caught him. So on the first try, luckily, so I didn't have to worry about that. But that's cool. I did not know. But not sure what happens if you catch it. Yeah, I think if you catch it, you can never find another one in your file again. Because it's one of those static encounters, just like with Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. When you catch them, you can never find them as a static encounter again. But I was always hoping and assuming that there was a very small chance that you could find Wild Mew in the game, and have its odds be even smaller than shiny odds kind of thing. But why am I still trying to catch Magikarp? Stop it. Go away, orange Magikarp. Yeah, but as far as shiny hunting goes, I've grown tired of doing the egg, the Masuda method for eggs. I find the egg hatching method pretty boring, because it's just menus and menus and menus. I much prefer actually catching and chaining the Pokemon and getting a shiny in the wild as opposed to the eggs. And also I've done the soft resetting for Rayquaza in the past, and it's not, I don't find that fun either to just reset your game over and over and over and over again to get a shiny legendary or a shiny starter. I mean, if that's something that you find fun, then that's great. But to me, I would much rather run around in the wild here and just wait for one of these puddles to have sparks fly out of it as the Pokemon comes out. And after shiny hunting in this game, I mean, I don't know. I've shiny hunted in this game and so many of the other versions. I've also somewhat recently shiny hunted in Sword and Shield, because I hunted for Clobbopus, for Sandile, and one other Pokemon that I can't remember. Is it Scyther or Pinsir or something in that game? I forget. But and the way that the shiny hunting is set up in this game is definitely the most fun and interesting way that I've found. I really especially love being able to tell whether or not a Pokemon is shiny in the overworld. I think that's a huge thing that I don't know why they took that out of Sword and Shield, but I don't know that after shiny hunting in this game I could stand it or tolerate to do it in any of the other versions or iterations. Which kind of stinks, because you can only get, what, 100 and... I don't know, like not even 150 Pokemon in this game in shiny forms by finding them in the wild. Because again, I'm not sure about Aerodactyl, if you can ever find Amber again, because I have personally not experienced it. Shiny hunting for Kabuto and Omastar would be nuts, to just keep trading the fossils one by one with the random chance that it could be a shiny that they give you. Getting the Alolan forms for Pokemon in this game that are shiny are ridiculous too, because it's just a completely random chance you trading away the Cantonian version that you've caught, and then like we talked about Mewtwo, the legendary birds, you have that one static encounter you can keep refreshing right in front of them for saving and quitting. Or you can try to chain the birds, which would be ridiculous. But there's so many other... We're nearing on 1,000 Pokemon that exist. So it's a little more than 10% of all the Pokemon that exist you can get shiny from this game. Which is good, but... Tentacruel, please. Don't do this, man. There are other things we can be doing. Not like this. Maybe we'll give this area a little break and go back to where we were chaining them at. I get a little tired of looking at the same landscape for too long. Even if that has been the most fertile, shiny area that I've probably encountered so far besides Viridian Forest. Let's go back out this way. No, please. Oh, come on. Let's be reasonable here. Alright, nothing shiny flopping around. Just reset real quick. I always wait to have 2 spawns show up in this first room before I go back out. Well, I don't always wait, but I try to wait because I'd be devastated to walk through the doorway as something shiny spawned into the room. Especially because one of the main things that can spawn there is Squirtle. And if the game is just going to throw a shiny Squirtle at me, I'm not going to say no. Oh, hi Gyarados. Bye, Gyarados. Lapras over here. Another Gyarados. Yeah, it's actually funny. Before I started shiny hunting for Magikarp, I did not know that you could actually find wild Gyarados. I thought you could only get them by evolving your Magikarp. Because I'd never seen that rarer spawn in this area. The only thing, I'd seen the Lapras here before, but I'd never seen the Gyarados. And that's mostly because I never spent a lot of time in this route during the initial playthrough. I just plowed through all the trainers and went to the Seafoam Islands. Yeah, I never realized that that could spawn in. I never realized Victory Bell could spawn in. I'd seen Bellsprout and Weeping Bell, but never a Victory Bell until I started shiny hunting. Also Kingler. I saw the Krabby spawns, but I never knew Kingler itself could spawn in wild. And it makes me wonder if some of the other Pokemon that I assumed you could only get by evolution show up in the wild. One that I had was Poliwrath that I was thinking of. Because I'd seen Poliwag and Poliwhirl, but never a Poliwrath spawn. But I wonder if I go in there and I start chaining in Cerulean Cave or in the Elite, the precursor part to Victory Road. Man, I wish I could speak efficiently, eloquently, but that doesn't seem to be happening today, does it? But yeah, that's all I had to comment on that. And if anybody knows, certainly let me know, because the longer I play this game, the more little secrets I learn. Tentacruel, please. Yeah, what you can do now? That's what I thought. also a good thing they didn't pick a more obnoxious theme for surfing, because with how many water spawns I've got during shiny hunting, it would be tackled by a Lapras. You're going to be lurking, Jazz? No problem. Thank you for coming by and for the lurk. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the good luck. I'm hoping we can at least find one more sparkling creature before stream ends. This afternoon stream is going to be a little bit of a shorter one in general, just because I've got some other stuff I got to take care of, but I've been lucky so far. I got one other place we can check out too that seemed reasonable for procuring a shiny Magikarp that I haven't hunted or chained at for them anyway. Did it for Tentacool in the past. Those Gyarados just zoom, man. They just take off. Carp. Regular one. Tentacool that got in my way. Let's take a trip to that other spot that I'm talking about. Heard something spawn. What was it? Something flying? No, it was a Lapras. Okay. I didn't want to run into you, Charizard. I forgot I have to, I can't fly indoors. I can't run indoors. This game hates all of that. Well, to be honest, I don't know why I can't just fly over the building. All right. Always gotta check. Never want to miss out on shiny Dragonite or Charizard. Not to say that even if I encountered one, I'd be able to catch it before it got away, but I forget what shiny Tauros looks like. I'm pretty sure it's like its mane and its stuff become pure white or like a silver gray color, but I do not remember. It's been a long time. And honestly, I think the last shiny Tauros I saw was Gen 2, so its color pattern for shiny may have even changed since then, since some other Pokemon's shiny palettes changed. A lot of Magikarp here. This is a decent spot. Horsey, go play over there. It seemed like they were spawning well here at first, but now they're beginning to disappoint. Let's fly around a little bit. Chansey. This is an area where Krabby and Kingler can spawn too. Bellsprout. Yeah, there's a Krabby. We just want some goldfish. Not the same dumb old fish. Come on. Try this spot for a minute. Do you know where you can find a Sand Slash? If you're playing in Let's Go Eevee, it's impossible to find Sandshrew or Sand Slash. That's a Let's Go Pikachu exclusive. But if you're in Pikachu, the best thing that I would recommend would be outside of... if you go to Pewter City, that route to the right of Pewter City before Mount Moon, there's Sandshrew all over the place there, and Let's Go Pikachu. I don't know if you can find Sand Slash in the wild, though. I think you have to evolve Sandshrew. Because in Eevee, you find Ekans in the place where you'd find Sandshrew in Pikachu. And I've never seen an Arbok in this game that wasn't one that I evolved from an Ekans or a trainer's Arbok, so I don't know if Sand Slash is even possible to find in Pikachu on its own without evolving it. This area sucks. Do I not have a lure active? I do. We won't be staying here long because spawns are garbage. Okay, yeah, if you're on Eevee, unfortunately it's impossible. You have to trade with somebody from Pikachu. Or move it in via the Pokemon Bank from just another Pokemon game that you have. You know what, I have an idea. Let's go on a little trip. Yeah, you always got something eating at you. Can't be pressed to care what it is, Eevee, because you're always complaining about something. Magikarp can spawn in here too. There aren't as many spawns here in general for the water side, but I mean, that's 3, that's not bad. Maybe only 3 things can spawn in the water here at the same time, period. But let me go ahead and use the lure, because I hesitated to use it before we flew over here. See if that helps. Guess I'll go into the air. So I can keep an eye on the flying spawns. This actually seems like an alright spot. As long as the water spawns keep continuing to be Magikarp, we'll have decent odds of finding one, plus we can keep an eye on all these other guys that spawn in regularly. Oh, it was a Meowth. I was like, what is... I recognize that sound. What is that? I forgot Meowth spawn up here. Pidgey, no, Pidgey, no, Pidgey, no, stop. Hey, Sayab, how you doing? Good to see you, pal. Hope you're having a good day. We were able to catch our shiny Magikarp that we were looking for today so far, and we still have our chain, so we're riding it out to see if we can't get something else sparkling to spawn in for us. The water spawns are still coming in, but no flying or grass spawns, which is interesting. If I move up just a little bit, will that change? Yeah, there you go. Now other things are showing up. Okay, game, work with me here. If you don't want to give me another shiny Magikarp, that's okay. I'm fine with that. But there are plenty of things around that you can mess with the color palettes of. Plenty of opportunities here to do something interesting, so I believe in you, game. I believe in you to do what you need to. I guess we also haven't checked out by the power plant. We could go look over there too. It's another place where Magikarp can spawn. Let's go do that, but I always like to check up here first. Okay. Wow, nothing spawned in the grass? Just... there we go. It's like, it's kind of surprising that nothing would show up in that patch there. Nothing of interest there. No, I never bother with that patch. I've gotten shinies out of this patch of grass before, but more worried about getting stuff to spawn in the water. Okay, yeah, see, there's a Magikarp, so can, in theory, continue our search here. That was weird, my controller didn't respond for a second. Got stuck. Come on. I believe that this power plant can produce enough radiation to make you Magikarp glow, and I am determined to find the glowing one. And we can use this loading zone. Only a Chansey? Oh, there's an Electabuzz, okay. Other stuff is spawning in. question is, do they spawn in the water if I'm not in the water or the sky? The answer to that seems to be no. Tentacle, no. Bad. Bad tentacle. Okay, nothing interesting down there. So, come back up this way. I guess we can go to another spot. Oh no, Eevee's upset. Can go to Vermilion. I don't remember for sure, but I believe you can find them in Vermilion as well. I don't see why not. I mean, there's a kid sitting with a Magikarp on the dock. Can you not find Pokemon in town here? I don't know that I've ever tried surfing around town, but I'm not hearing anything spawn. So maybe you can't. Oh. There's a big pearl hidden back there. Cool. Never would have guessed something would be hiding back there. There is this little stretch of water in Route 11, but I don't know that anything is assigned to spawn in here. It might not be. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of weird spawns on this route. Mr. Mime, Drowsy. I want to say Hypno can spawn here too. I heard a Chansey. Oh no, Magikarp can spawn in that little stretch of water. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Well, if they can spawn over here, can they spawn up here? Oh look, an Abra. Okay, yeah, Magikarp can spawn in here. Kadabra. Yeah, don't worry, Ripdub. I haven't forgotten. I'm still going to help you with that at the end of the stream. whether or not the chain gets broken or whatever. I'm a man of my word. I will help you with that. That didn't prove to be too helpful, so let's go up here and try that. Can I even go in this water, or is it too deep? Oh, I can. Cool. Does anything spawn in here, though? Doesn't want to at the moment, anyway. Hey, what's up, Solidus Dig? How you doing? Going mad? Why? What's up? $182 Rattata, ugh, and no shiny yet. That's rough, my friend. We got kind of lucky today. I think we looked for about 40 minutes today, after looking for about 2 hours yesterday, and we got our shiny Magikarp. But I've still got the chain, so I'm trying to see if maybe I find another one, or just another random shiny period. Those are just the ones you caught. Yeah, I'm sure you went through a ton of encounters beyond that. I hope you run into yours soon. I hope you don't have the situation like mine where I ended up chaining about 304 or 306 Bellsprout before my shiny one finally appeared. And that was mostly just out of boredom and wanting to get as much Bellsprout candy as I could out of the chain. But it took me a while for my first shiny Bellsprout. Where are you hunting for your Rattata, by the way? Route 1, okay. Makes sense, it cuts down a lot of the miscellaneous encounters. So then you only have to worry about Rattata, Pidgey, or Bellsprout or Oddish, depending on which version you're playing. Oh, Nidorina, please. Oh my... That's why I hate this spot. I hate coming up here because the Firo and the Nidorina and Nidorino, or the kings and queens, will just charge you from the grass immediately. All the spawns take up a lot of space, too. And I got dive bombed by Charizard this time. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, if anybody is interested, I do have a Twitter that I post clips to from streams that I do, video games I'm just playing that I don't happen to be streaming, highlights and stuff, updates to what's going on with the streams, the schedule, that kind of thing. If you have any interest in that and have a Twitter, you're more than welcome to go over there and drop a follow. I also have a Discord server that I'm still working on getting all fancied and set up, but if anybody's interested, let me know, because I'm sure the link that I have available is expired, so I just have to refresh it. Just certainly let me know. I also have like a shiny Pokemon showcase on there set up, so anybody can go in there and post clips and pictures of their shiny encounters that they come across. Sayeb has already posted one of his shiny Mewtwo that he got, which was really cool to see, and once I get some of the video archived, I'll be putting all the clips of the shinies that I've encountered so far on stream on there. I thought I just saw something weird. Maybe it was just the broken execute yellow that I saw. Interesting. Alright, anyway, we can go back in the water over here. Okay, I think we've done enough flying around and traveling to different spots to see if they would be any more fruitful. So we'll go back to our little home base area as far as the Magikarp hunting has been going. Okay, the old one's still up. I was like 3 steps off of how much I needed to refresh the lure. That's funny. Alright. So I did mention today is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. I'm going to continue at it here for another about 10-15 minutes or so, and then Ripped, I can help you with that trade that you wanted to do. And there will be a continuation of this hunt either later today, on a later stream, or tomorrow, potentially, so keep an eye out for that. If by luck in the next 15 minutes we get our other Magikarp, we will definitely be switching to the next target on our list, which will either be Shelder or Diglett or Krabby was another one. There are a bunch of them on the list. And of course, if you guys have any suggestions as far as shiny forms from the first generation that you think are cool, that might make good targets, let me know, and I'd be happy to consider them for hunts in the future. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't up here in shiny. Be incredibly morose if a shiny Charizard had spawned in and I just ignored it. Tentacle, no. Just no. Come on, Magikarp. And they're just a pile of Magikarp back here. See, that's the dangerous thing about this spot, is that it doesn't seem to be any uniformity to the spawns in the water. They can spawn all the way over here in these rocks. They can spawn behind this little island, like that. They can be all the way over here. Yep, see there's one. I need to sit further back when I'm looking, because who knows where they're going to end up sometimes. Hey Matt, how's it going? Oh, it finally let you change your name, huh? Yeah, we got a shiny Magikarp already today, which was awesome. And we still have our chains, so we've just been patrolling the lands and all the places that Magikarp spawn to see if it or another shiny will spawn into the mix. So already even if we don't find anything else, it was a productive hunt nonetheless. How are you doing today? Hating the heat. Yeah, I've had to have my fan on all day, which normally I turn it off when I'm streaming just because I don't want any of the air noise to pick up into the mic, but today I've had no choice. Hopefully the audio still sounds alright. Oh, I did not want to get on land here. Go back. I smell more fish. Where are they? Where are they? You live at the top of the floor, or top floor of your apartment building. A lot harder for the AC to keep up with 90-degree heat. Yeah, being on the top floor really hurts because you get the sun beating right down on you from the roof, and the whole heat rises thing doesn't help. Why my favorite spot where I used to live was the basement, because no matter what, it was always nice and cool down there, even in the middle of the summer. And our basement was like it was one of those half-exposed basements because we were on a hill, so like one half of the basement was completely underground, and then the back half had like a back door and everything you could go out of, so it was always nice and cool down there. Especially because the back half that would have been exposed to the sun were covered by trees and everything. But my bedroom at the place I used to live was always extremely hot. Especially in the afternoon, because the sun would just completely flood my room. You just realized something? What's that? Matto came in like the alligator. Nice. Nice. trying to think. I'm pretty sure they make a joke like that in Star Fox, actually. Because some of the reptile people are on Andross's side. And there's like a whole, I forget, I think he's a reptile of some kind, but the Cayman unit or something. I don't know, it's been a while since I played that mission where they make that reference, but... But it's a good reference. Solid reference. If anybody's confused, Cayman are a kind of gator, so... Or are they crocodiles, actually? I don't know if that for sure. I'd have to look it up. Okay, we're getting a lot of fish to spawn in now. Cayman, crocodiles, and alligators are all their own thing. Oh, okay, so it's an entirely separate but similar species. Gotcha. And think about it, man. Now you only have to wait. What is it? 3 months, and then you can change your name to that. Although I think it's fine the way it is. Still gets the pun across. Found out I can get best men back in four months. Oh man. Is it always 4 months? I thought it was shorter than that. I've only ever changed my name once on here. And it was because the old name I had was from when I originally made the channel in 2018. And I streamed like 3 times, and they were very short streams of me just testing out equipment for the most part. You can change your name every 2 months. Names are taken out of the possible pool for 6 months once you change it. Okay, okay. That's what I was thinking of then. It's every 2 months you can change it, but you can't re-access the same name unless it's a 6-month cooldown. I guess that makes sense. I guess it tries to prevent imposteritis. Now you just have to hope for the, you just gotta hope somebody doesn't take it before you get it back. Alright, I think we're going to go back to the original spot we were chaining, and if nothing interesting appears, we will move on to the next thing. Oh, I guess we could, I always like to take a stop in the mansion here and there, just because the only thing I've successfully found shiny in this mansion has been, a Rattata, even though I was chaining for coughing. And there's so many good things in here, like Magmar or other stuff that you can get. Ditto spawns in here, Magmar, coughing, Grimer if it's Let's Go Pikachu instead. But nothing's catching my eye or my interest here, so we can go back to that spot I was talking about. Interesting, it let me access it in the air that time. Maybe because I was over something I could land on the ground. I don't know exactly how that works, but yeah, I keep going to re-up the lure like 2 or 3 steps before the lure expires. One more spawn and I can walk back out. Come on, game. There we go. Went right into that for no reason. Internet cut out for a minute. Did I miss shiny? No. Nope. We were on the same page as the rest of us. Nothing interesting happened. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes here, and then if there's no shiny, there's no shiny. We already got shiny Magikarp today, which was sweet. So. Oops. Easy Magikarp. I just dipped my hair in my pool and I don't know why. Well, if you're doing it to help with the Magikarp luck, I appreciate it, but I don't know that will encourage them, but it might. Ooh, we juked that Lapras. Juked that Lapras good. No, easy Gyarados. Please. There's no need to be that aggressive. Is this the same Charizard? Can I go back to the game? Thank you. The lag. Did we lose? Did I drop some frames? Everything looking okay? It doesn't say that I dropped frames, but just a small blip. Okay. What? Stop. What is happening? That's weird because on my side I'm not seeing any. At the very beginning of the stream I was dropping some frames, but it leveled out and now everything looks green on my end for the moment. But thank you for letting me know. I don't know why that's the case. Okay, well, I guess that's the only shiny Magikarp that wants to make himself known today, so we will go over to the spot where Kadabra spawns in. Gonna be up here to the right of Celadon. Oh. And we will just refresh the spawns until a Kadabra shows up so we can get that trade done for you. Yep, that's the plan, Dub. I just need to get the, see if I can get this Kadabra to spawn in so we can trade that to you. And then I've got the Machoke already, so that should be quick and easy. Come on, Porygon. Porygon, please. Be something else. Ugh, it's just spawning Porygon over and over again. This game does not want to cooperate. Alright, I tell you what I can do, Dub, is we can go ahead and do the trade now, and I'll trade you that Machoke. And then when I do a little bit of off-stream grinding for the Elite Four to get more money, I will, while I'm doing that, I will keep a lookout for a Kadabra or an Abra that I can trade to you next time.